So stop in the chat box and say hello, and listen in wonder to the Craig and Tizz Show.
You are listening to the Craig and Tizz Show with the most ever technical issues ever in existence.
Yes,
it's got even worse. So,
but yet here we are.
the fucking hell.
What? What could possibly go wrong?
Well, due to, I presume it's this Amazon server update. But I've just got a million alerts because on all of our video streaming places,
Yes.
the streaming site has tried to stream a live show. Well, so far I've got 31, and then I've ran out of space times.
That many error messages?
Well, it's not just like it's. So if you go and look on your page or the XRP radio page right at the moment, you will see it's tried to schedule it 100 times. Like the latest, at least 10, if not 15 statuses on Facebook for both your page and my page are the Craig and Tizz Show is coming, the Craig and Tizz Show is coming, the Craig and Tizz Show is coming, the Craig and Tizz Show is coming.
100 times they told us this? We are worth
it. Yeah, the problem is it's causing conflicts, and I don't.
Let me ask you this question. Right now, at this moment, can anyone see me besides you?
They can if they go to the right place.
Well, that's kind of a given.
I need to delete all the other instances for it to like turn up on our main page, which is really awkward right at the moment because I'd rather start the show instead of doing this.
Well, you go ahead and push buttons. I'll talk.
I'm trying to push buttons. While you wait, you can. Oh, I can leave this screen. Great. Refresh. So sorry for a really shaky start of the show.
It's not shaky. We are trained professionals. This is not our first rodeo. We've done this before. Don't worry. Your entertainment value is in good hands. As long as Craig's here, Tizz is here, everything is just fine. Don't worry. We're peachy. We're here to give you an entertainment event. I'm still talking. Go ahead and push buttons.
I am pushing the buttons. It's
all right.
I think I've only a few more to get rid of, and then we should be back on the live page, hopefully.
Okay.
This is so awkward.
It's not awkward at all. This is standard operating procedure for the Craig and Tizz Show. What can go wrong will go wrong. Murphy's Law. It's okay because you and I are grizzled veterans. We've been doing this job a long, long time. As a matter of fact, today, the theme of today's show, what do you do when everything goes wrong?
You know what? You pick
yourself up with grace and continue onward, being nonplussed and being not offended and moving straight ahead? Or do you freak out, you turn the thing off and you say, fuck this, I'm done. That's not what we do because we are trained, cool, calm, professional entertainers and informers and presenters. Therefore, the whole thing could blow up and catch on fire. We're still here, baby. So are you done pushing buttons now?
I think we are now. Yeah, we are live properly on all platforms and on the website. Yeah, yay.
In that case, welcome to the Craig and Tizz Show. I'm Craig. This is my partner, the lovely Tizz. I am not Mishappenings. I never have been Mishappenings. So those of you who are expecting Mishappenings, that was last Sunday.
However, Mishappenings is now gone, and now you're here, and I still haven't seen you both in the same room.
I would say this is an improvement, if you ask me. I was going to compare it side by side. Number one, my mask size is much bigger than his. I have a bigger brain and bigger head, so I doubt his mask.
I like the way you went for bigger brain first.
Of course. You know what they say about guys with big heads?
we talk it today is as Craig said, whilst I was fixing things, about what you do, what your contingency plans are, what you do when everything goes wrong, when your lead vocalist is sick the day of the gig, when you're just about to finish your mastering and your whole computer system explodes, or just like this, when you start a show and due to what I presume is the Amazon API update, your video streaming software decides to try and broadcast live 31 times to every platform.
As well it should. We're worth it.
And what did I do there? I luckily had someone else to kind of cover for me.
You handed off your lovable sidekick, my friend.
One thing that I am a big fan of when it comes, let's dive straight in, when it comes to something going wrong is, and web developers hate me for this, but I will go, it's fucked, bear with us. You know, oh, the streamer's got, Craig, bear with me, we're not starting the show properly yet. You know, straight away, just admit to the fault and everyone can see it. I think that's a good way to deal with it, because instead of trying to act professional and everything going wrong and people turning around and going, oh, what a bunch of unprofessional people, instead they say, oh, shit's fucked up.
Yeah,
I've been to gigs and seen the backline on stage break and bands just go, oh, that's the end of the gig, everyone. And I've been to gigs where the backline is broke and the band goes, anyone here got an acoustic guitar?
That's how to do it.
I think that attitude when things don't go wrong is a very important thing.
I agree. Don't panic. Number one.
Or don't panic hilariously.
Oh, or like, oh yeah, like over the top panic. Yeah, like for comedy, or aspect of it.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I've done gigs where the power went out. You know,
exactly,
stage lights, everything is bang. You're in the dark. It's like, well, let's do something a cappella, guys.
Is that what you've gone for?
Yeah.
I mean, whilst we're chatting, if anyone else has got stories of something going epically wrong in the epic way that you saved it, or something just going epically wrong, and if you want some advice on how in the future you can save it, we want all your thoughts in the chat box whilst we're going through the show, please. It'd be lovely.
Yes. Please share us your most nightmarish situations on stage where all of a sudden your power went off or someone got sick or, whatever. Because
I mean,
we've all been through it.
Other than the power going off, is there anything recent that's happened to you, say in the past 6 months? Computer failure, or you forgot to hit save on a track?
Yep, just yesterday. Matter of fact, I'm still in a panic about it.
Wait, it's obviously the right time to do this show.
Yeah, you didn't know, you didn't realize how good your timing was. I went to I was listening to some of my tunes online, and I realized that the Gern Blanston track, not Trip Hop Doodly Doo, the one before that, Toothbrush, was a little distorted. Like the gain was a little too high on the final mix, had a bit of a fuzz to it. So I wanted to remix it. So I went to my trusty 32-track Tascam Porta Studio, and I went to remix the track. And I remixed it, and I got the gains down and everything, so it sounded really clean and really good and everything. And I went to hit the final mastering button on it, and it said file error.
Ooh.
So what that means is that now these tracks are stored on SD memory cards. Okay, 32 gig. So the files are there in the memory card, but it can't access them. So I can do a mix down of the raw track, but I can't master it out of the machine to my laptop. So to my desktop.
The worst thing with those. Oh, sorry, carry on.
So what I'm hoping to do is I'm going to buy another blank SD card, and hopefully I can just clone it and put all the data onto a blank SD format and everything intact, and this should read the new card. So somehow the card got corrupted, I believe, somehow. So yeah, that's like a good 20 songs on there that I can't access anymore. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, that's my newest horror story. Yeah.
one of the biggest problems with those Tascam Porter studios is you record everything on there and it's in its own files, great on there.
Right.
And then you take the SD card, pull it out, pull it into your computer, and you've just got folder 1, file 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
22 tracks
1, 2, 3,
worth. Yeah.
audio AIF 20-1, 20-2, and it's almost impossible to figure out. You've kind of got to search by date and hope you didn't do too much music on that day.
Shit. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say the other issue with you cloning it is sometimes you clone. So what I presume is there's one of the audio files in your 16 track mix, whatever, is corrupt. But then if you copy that whole folder over, you're still going to be copying the corrupt file, which still won't be able to.
I'm hoping that won't be the case, but I don't know what else to do with it. So
the only other way is to find, like I said, date match the file, find like the folder that's got it all in on your computer, or like plug the SD card into anything that'll play sound, basically, and just go through one by one until you find the track that won't play or glitches halfway through, and then that's the track that you have to delete and unfortunately remake.
Gotcha. Yeah, because what I was going to say was the first time I tried doing a collaboration back when I did that track Stingray with Gravehuffer, I didn't know anything about stems and all that type of thing, right? So I sent them 22 tracks off of the SD card, not knowing which one was the guitar solo they wanted. The poor guys had to sift through all that to try to find the one thing that I'd recorded. Now I know better, but that was my first time ever sharing files like that with someone online. So I total noob,
It can be awkward. And again, those Tascams, like, you don't naturally think to back up those files.
No, you don't. I mean, luckily for me, I've got the mixes saved, but not the raw tracks.
With that kind of thing, annoyingly, in your mind, you're kind of like, it's still kind of an analog piece of gear. You haven't got any file corruption problems or anything like that.
Right.
But you've got to bear in mind, like, SD cards, they're good, but they're kind of designed to be disposable. Is what you put in your phone. They're not designed realistically to have heavy audio file loads off them, so they're quite easily, especially older ones, quite easily corruptible, unfortunately. Because all you have to do, say, I mean, if there's a difference between RAM that has like millions of write cycles and a hard drive which has 1,000 write cycles. If your Tascam is probably been very heavily used and is quite old.
Oh yeah.
If you've moved stuff around there, like a block, if you say one block of data has been written on over 1,000 times, then that's going to corrupt and it won't be usable again. A quick hint for those. First hint of the night, or tip of the night, as it were. Especially if you're using old school, the bigger SD cards, the kind of ones that look a bit like a Nintendo Switch cartridge. My advice to everyone, if you're doing audio production or video production or high load saving up and down from an SD card, my advice is like replace it every couple of years, if not every year. And not just replace it, but copy all your stuff off it as well. I was also advised, if you can. So the bigger ones, so those unfortunately the write cycles aren't massive, and if you're heavily loading audio on and off and editing and etc., you've got you do have a bit of a write cycle issue. I found it, so it was the original Mac server that we use for XRP that died moderately recently was going because it was just heavily used and it's constantly having audio written to it. As we're streaming, all the audio that we stream caches to the server. So it's constantly, after 24 hours, it's got to delete that and then rewrite it. It's kind of a continuous. I mean, think of it like a moving bar that's writing here and deleting here. And then once it gets to the end of the log, it's going to have to go back to the start. So it's just constantly
start over again.
Written on. And all memory, all digital memory, newer stuff has got a lot more cycles, but if you've got a Porter Studio from way back when, or an SD card from like over 5 years ago, you will eventually come across some. There's a word for it that I've been dancing around the bush because I can't think of it at the moment. There's a word for
the
it.
Back of your mind.
It's like block damage. Once a block is gone on a memory stick, a memory card, hard drive, whatever, it's gone for life.
Well, maybe this is the thing that'll finally push me into PC-based recording. I have the DAWs. I just never use it because I'm so used to the Porta Studio.
What you can get if you want to stick with it is you can get these little. It's like a bank. It's like a hard drive that literally has an SD card in it, and you plug it in, and it saves everything off the SD card.
That's cool.
There you go, and it's just a little hard drive. Or even just get even for your computer, if you can put an SD card, or you get a little adapter, you can put it in and a little hard drive. Just once a month, drag everything over.
I mean, I gotta admit, man, it's awfully tempting, like to buy like a little mini Mac or something, you know, and go to Logic. I mean, you can do that for pretty cheap nowadays.
Yeah, the entry level Mac Mini. What did you get yours for? $550.
They're like 500, yeah.
$499, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're like $500. I mean, if you just want to do recording, and Logic has everything. I mean, shit. Like Logic is like $200, I think, right now. You know,
I think it's cheaper than that.
Yeah, it might be.
I think it's $99. Some stuff coming up from the chat box. I think we'll start talking about that after our
let's do that.
tune. Now Craig hasn't done the hot picks today, so it's unfortunately more in my hands. Some may say, some may not. So I've gone for a mix of brand new stuff from big names to XRP radio. We've got a brand new track from Late Cambrian, brand new track from Killburn, and a brand new track out of Icebox Studios.
Well, son of a gun.
Also, because I'm me, I've put a couple of funk tracks in, more recent ones. Well, one very recent one that everybody loves. And then I've picked one out from the Mish reviews, as we're now doing those during Submission Sunday. Every week on XRP Radio, there'll be one or two Mish reviews going out. The first one that we played was from LIGHTRS, which is also Boom Smack. Our very own Boom Smack is involved in that, as well as Ambo Jitsu, Ross Henderson. So we'll play a bit of that. First one, however, is what I said in the first. It's Late Cambrian's brand new one. Came to us about a week ago, I believe. We played it for the first time on Subs Sunday, and we liked it. Late Cambrian, Together. Can you hear sound?
Yeah.
You got the track. I didn't for a second. More.
Yeah, I haven't heard this yet.
I see you trying to make me leave.
So Boom's launched his glasses off of his face with a drumstick. That's pretty good. I can't say I've seen that one before.
Emotions in my head, trying not to see.
To be fair, one of the drummers from my college on a pre-final gig, snapped a drum and got a shard like down the side of his eye.
Oh my god!
So his eye was fine, but it had wedged like between his eyeball and his skull.
Oh man!
It was about like that big. It was big, and you could only see the little tip of it coming out. And he was like, I can't see. I'm blind. I can't see. It just distorted his vision so much that like there was a pinprick in one eye.
Oh man!
And then from what I told, they lubed up. They lubed up the wood and just dragged it out.
He slide it out.
And
wow!
Just, like, right, we've got to do this. It's the only thing that we can do. We just got to hope it's not too splintery.
Oh yeah, so it doesn't break up in his eye. Wow.
But yeah, it's fine. It's like completely fine of it. But yeah, shock horror moment. There's Jamie from Second Cities. Did you see him when he literally put a hole through his face?
No.
He was playing on stage. It's what he tends. You know when singers like take the mic stand, put like the whole pole off the bottom of it. So he took
the Rod Stewart.
So strutting around like that, and he started headbanging, and he headbanged off the rest of the pole of the microphone.
Oh man, yeah. Freddie Mercury used to do that, but he didn't bang himself in the head with it.
Yeah, headbanged.
Wow.
And he carried on the gig. Fair play to him, but like he was a mess. Like
That's rock and roll.
from it, and he's like blood streaming down his face.
Yeah. That's dedication to one's craft, there, boy. Oh man. Well, I don't know if we're going to be doing a geek time today, but my son is really good at sending me previews he finds on YouTube. There's one today. They're repackaging a whole bunch of those old Marvel 16-bit and 8-bit games. It's like X-Men, Captain America and the Avengers, Silver Surfer, Venom Maximum Carnage, I think. There's like 7 of them together in this package, and they're redoing the pixels on them and everything. But it's coming from Limited Run Games. He just sent me the link to that. It's like great.
I think the database has just started working right this second.
Really?
Yeah, because I noticed all the pictures.
Well, it wasn't loading the pictures on the front for one.
Yeah, if you refresh, it will be all back.
A little Brian May here. Oh yeah, very Queenish. Yep, Queen.
Like Cambrian together here on XRP Radio. The song's called Together. We are also together, though. It's the Craig and Tizz Show, episode 31, I think.
Really? I gave up on numbers. I have no clue what we are anymore.
I'm sure I did like 27 3 weeks in a row, so it's probably more than that. But today's episode is episode because I always name them something. Episode 31.
You do.
Yep.
Very clever with that.
This one was kind of boring though. It was episode 31. That's it. There's no gimmick this week.
That was it?
No, I actually put that was it. There's no gimmick this week after the
You think I'd start reading our own advertising and I don't, you know? I'm horrible.
I thought I'd talk about a few of the people in the chat box and what disasters they've had and possibly ways to help people that may have similar disasters get out of the disaster. Boom saying he's always sabotaging himself. Once in the heat of a song was going off and my drumstick came up near my eyeball. On the downstroke, caught my eyeglasses and flicked them about 250 feet away. He kept going and we found the glasses later, all jacked up. That was fun and blind.
Yep.
So yeah, bad things happen. I was talking to Craig about a guy that I know that got part of his drumstick wedged in his eye after snapping it on the snare. It flicked back up and a twig got down the side of his eyeball. There's not a lot that you can do about this either. Carry on, or I mean, in Boom's case, he could, I guess, have either wear contacts or have a pair of glasses. It's not very musical, I guess, but have a spare pair of glasses in his pocket or something.
Right.
But yeah, dropping a drumstick. Obviously, have more drumsticks in a drumstick saddle,
pouchy thing.
Yeah, whatever you do.
Right.
But like crazy in the midst of things, I've seen people go and swing their guitars around their head and knock out the bassist next to them.
That trick never works, man. It doesn't work in real. It's in videos that work. Don't try it for real. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I've seen lots of kind of dancing about musicians on stage causing issues, and I guess it's either take the risk or don't do it. One thing I would say, which was a very big problem with all of the college bands whilst I was in college, was take note of the size of the freaking stage you're on as well.
Yes.
Because typically the gigantic rehearsal room you practiced in is not the size of the stage that you're about to get on. There was a few fun moments where there was the college. There was a few people that played brass, so they put together some ska kind of stuff. Which great, love it, love a bit of brass in tunes. And it was like 7-8 person bands going on like your tiny little pub corner stage. You couldn't fit them all on the mics. They're tripping up over the leads. You know, we're all kids at the time, so no wireless mics there. You've got wired mics onto saxophones, trumpets, and that. And have you seen a trumpet player play the trumpet? What is going everywhere? Absolute disaster. So big bands. Here's piece of advice number 2: if you've got a really big band with multiple members, but you're only starting out and you're getting into the small gigs, you're gonna have to kind of rotate your lineup a little bit. I've seen a lot of bands do this. You see bands do acoustic versions where it's just the singer and the guitarist and stuff like that. Allow that to happen. Don't be so precious. Don't be like, all of us will play or none of us play.
Yeah.
Especially when you get in those first gigs where the stages aren't big, the crowds aren't big. It's not going to matter. You're getting a bit of your sound out there and a bit of your name out there. And you can turn around on stage and go, this is our mini lineup. Come to our bigger gig at the O2 Arena next month for the full thing.
Right.
Some people find that exciting. It's almost like the, electronica artists only doing a DJ set in small clubs and then doing their full performance in stadiums or theaters or whatever. It gives a little bit of variety. Something just fell on my foot. A little bit of
it wasn't ALC, was it?
No, she's behind.
She's still there. Okay, good.
She's there.
Okay, good. There she is. Hello.
I've had a few changes of the camera, so she disappears a little bit more.
Yeah, I noticed
that. It
that
wasn't to make her disappear more, to be honest. But
okay.
Next story as well was KP from Killburn, and we're going to be playing a bit of Killburn very shortly. Went to a festival. It was his responsibility to make sure all the bassist gear was there, and he failed to do that and only noticed 20 minutes before the show when it was an hour's drive away. I know things. I've seen people turn up to a gig, open. I'm not going to deny it was someone that I'm happy it happened to as well. I'm not going. This is mean. This is terrible. But they've opened the guitar case and they've had a load of stuff like on top of their guitar, not necessarily in a bad place, but it's got caught on the casing, on the fur on the casing on the inside.
Right, yeah.
And as he's opened it, it snapped 2 of his strings as he's opening the guitar. Just got...
Oh, no.
And again, instruments get bust or they're not there. What would you do? You used to play express band, cover band regularly. There's got to be lots of strings breaking, lots of instrument malfunctions. How did you
that was why you bring multiple guitars, my friend. And you have them on stage behind you. So you just turn around, grab another one, plug in, and you go. If my amps blew up on me, the show I just stopped because there was nothing I could do. Well, my sound guy would run up on stage, of course, and try to figure out what was going on behind me. It didn't happen that often. We did do an outdoor gig once, though, in the summertime to like 1,000 people, and my power amp blew out on stage. So I lost all my effects. So I wound up yes?
Oh, I was just going to say, quick tip on that one that not many people think of, but almost all decent venues or stages now have a decent enough black line to plug your guitar in. Now, if it blows in the middle of a gig, that's not easy. I've seen this happen before, and it's one of the best things I've ever seen. What they do is they do a dual port DI box out of their pedals, one into the amp as you normally do. Your amp blows, switch that lead into the main rig DI, and it just comes out the PA. You've got all your effects still there, and all you've done, and it's a little box to buy as well. It's just a little 2-line DI.
Those little silver ones. Yeah,
you know what I mean? 20 quid, probably.
Yeah,
$25. And that is a way that, as long as your pedal rig is set up good, and it's rare these days with the quality of especially analog pedals now that your pedals are going to go during a set. You blow your amp, snap a string, your electrics go, your jack input. That's the biggest one to go in it. Your jack input. The amount of barrels that I have replaced on my bass is ridiculous. Probably the most replaced part. But yeah, little DI box solves all those problems, and that's valid for bassists, guitarists, and even vocalists that are using an effects board as well. A little dual DI box, and if you're that way inclined and the venue is good enough, you can have it pre-set up. So if something goes, your sound guy has just got the channel. You know, oh, there's guitar, there's backup guitar. Jobs are good. If you're good enough to have a sound guy that will give you a time, it'll double. So it'll sound check both. It'll do the main one on your main setup, and then it'll do a quick one on the other. So when that switch over happens, it's not like a jarring effect as well, and it can seem quite smooth. You know, it's as simple as breaking a string and picking up a new guitar quickly. It's that kind of quick. So really worth doing. It's kind of a modern thing, and it's only really kind of more recently where so many desks have got 24 plus channel desks available to them. Right. That they can have that set up. Yeah, KP's got that backup option on his board as well. Very handy to have. Very handy to have. Just a simple little fix that solves all those problems. Bigger problem when you're working with synths and digital stuff, where digital stuff, that's the worst thing. An analog pedal can kind of slowly conk out the capacitor's gone all bit and the sound's a little bit weird. Digital stuff, when it's gone, you are screwed.
Well, it's off or on. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, we can always say, and it's not in everyone's bank accounts to be able to do this. Oh, just buy a spare of everything.
Yeah, right.
But if you've got those simple little options, or even if you can fall back if it's an effect or a pedal issue, if you pre-detain yourself. Lots of amps, especially the Line 6 ones, have pre-built-in effects that are of decent quality. So make sure your DSP pedal is attached to the line in thing. Have it set up, Line 6 thing. Have it set up, and then it's not so much of a jarring thing if something goes wrong during your thing. At least you've got a distortion and a clean at your foot.
Yep. No, back when I started out, it was your effects were only as good as how fresh your 9-volt battery was. Because back when I started, AC powered effects was really rare. Everything was battery. So before you had a gig, you made sure you had fresh batteries in all your analog pedals. Because like I said, we didn't see AC stuff until later on. Back in the Stone Age. But
So little tips. Yeah. Or I mean, obvious things. Make sure your strings are not on their last legs. Make sure that your pedals are new batches if you need them. And massive thing that I see so many people mistake. Make sure if you've got a pedal board or effects rig, make sure your wires are well hit. Like you're not going to stamp on your wire and snap it.
That's a classic.
Have everything nice and tidy and away from where you put your feet. Run everything like a good 6 inches to the back of the board, and then run everything along the back instead of having stuff kind of. I like these patch lengths where you, instead of patching your pedal into pedal into pedal into pedal into pedal, you patch them all into a parallel line at the back, so they're all plugged in like a strip, and then you just have one out of your strip coming off.
Yep.
And that stops having all those patch cables to be stampable on, because we all know patch cables are the cheapest produced, shoddiest, easiest to break leads on the planet.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh dear. For those that just joined us, record, just so you know, we're talking about things going wrong and the contingencies plans that we have in place in all areas of music, from producing and your microphone breaks during a recording session, through to being live and your singer's ill. I've said that a few times. We haven't discussed that one, and not many bands have a plan for it. And I see so many gigs put down, especially through the latter, as we were coming out of COVID, And there were so many bands going, yeah, it's great to have we're back with our first gig. Oh, gig's not on, singers got COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And the amount of costs that then run down the line. Band's not getting paid. Venue has to find a new act. Might not find a new act. Tickets are sold. Refund the tickets. Whole nightmare. What do you do in those situations? Have you ever had with the Express band?
Well, with us, we booked far enough ahead, and we also had replacement people. Especially vocalists. We always had female vocalists. And we knew quite a few of them that we could call in case of an illness. But we never had a gig cancel because of like a sudden illness. We never had a problem with that because we had enough people in a 5 or 6 piece band that could sing, that could handle the lead vocals anyway, if one of the singers couldn't make it. And the rest of us guys, we never called in sick. I mean, I did gigs where I had like 102 fever. I was still there. I wasn't jumping around, but I was there. But never had the last minute illness cancellation though. Never, not in all those years.
I think that's quite important. Even in a smaller band, quite often the people in the band have multiple skills. I mean, the bassist can typically pick up the basis of the rhythm guitarist. Guitarist can play bass badly, but that's another story. Admittedly, the drummer and singers are the hardest one for most bands to lose.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I must look at here in chat that Record's talking about said Gare bust a string on his bass during his last gig and didn't have a spare guitar, so they had to take a break. That amazes me. I have never ever seen a bass player break a string. Never seen that. Yeah, I've never seen that happen, man. So he must be whomping the hell out of that thing because I've never seen that one.
I've done a few, to be fair.
Have you really? Wow, I've never seen that.
The bass strings break the worst because they snap, and then the coil and winds.
They unravel, yeah.
Like I'm especially with my guitar. Everyone knows my guitar is an absolute wreck, and it has strings that are rusting on it and stuff. I love the sound of it, though; it's beautiful. But like, I always make it so I've got the excess string, so if it snaps, I can just use the same string again and quickly rewind it.
Wind it up, yeah.
With bass, the way it goes, it's impossible. It's impossible to do that because it snaps, but it never. It's not like a guitar where it will snap close to a bridge or anything. It snaps the string that's in the middle of the coil snaps somewhere, and then the coils just unwind, and it's fucking useless.
Yeah. Oh, I was just thinking. I finally thought of a good thing where I had on stage destruction happen to me. We were doing a gig, and years ago, I used to use a Pod X3 modeler, which is a big floor pedal. It's got a built-in volume pedal and everything. Yeah. I went for a solo, and I got so excited. I stomped the volume pedal as hard as I could, and I literally shattered the circuit board in the actual module. Later on, my tech Chuck opened the thing up. He said, "Dude, you cracked the board right in half." So I killed it. To this day, he still has the broken thing over at his house. But that was, I got excited. Solo, bang, boom, just killed me. So
that does go back to the precariousness of the
digital
fragility of digital stuff. Because like you bust. I mean, realistically, there's very few analog panels that once you break, it's not just a case of we need to resolder a capacitor or a. It's very simple fix typically. 9 times out of 10, especially with fancy pedals, you've just broken the valve or something, which is expensive to replace, but it's replaceable. You snap a motherboard, you are screwed.
Yeah, it's done. I tried it.
You snap a PCB board in an analog pedal, and you can actually glue it back together. And as long you can make it work with tinfoil and shit. Realistically, as long as the connective points are still together, that bastard's still gonna work. Happy days. Yeah. You fry out your processor board on a digital pedal. Screwed.
Yeah. Well, if I was a lighter fella, that would have helped too. I was a lot of weight to be stomping down that volume pedal. Oh man. Hey.
I've done I've stomped on something and broke it, but it was the mic stand. Because I hate one of my pet peeves. There's one venue, and when you put a tripod mic stand, you put the long foot back, don't you?
Right.
So you stand in between the legs.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
this venue did it the other way around, and I've stamped on the pedal and had to balance the mic stand for the rest of the set. I was only doing backups, but like I'm playing bass and I'm balancing the mic stand on my shoulder, like I don't know.
Yeah. Well, as long as you make it look, make it look relaxed.
I didn't look relaxed, and I had a cricket.
You did not look relaxed.
Of it.
Oh,
I came on
man.
stage like this.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah, you're looking. Oh, it's Joe Cocker. You wouldn't get that reference. You're too young. Anyway.
I know Joe Cocker.
Oh, you do know Joe Cocker. All right, boy.
You bastard. Should we get on to the next track? We did.
Play some music.
I was going to lead into it, and then we went off on
that's what we do.
On that. So much better when they're just easily pressable.
Just so you know, I got that at about 125 dB through my phone.
Yeah, that was really, really loud. I apologize.
What? Huh?
This is a brand new track from Killburn, the Riffmeisters themselves.
What?
The worst thing is, I was about to say, oh, this band are probably one of the loudest bands that we've got on XRP radio. Not in comparison to our jingle.
Huh?
He's still going on about that.
Yes.
This is Killburn with Stalker.
Well, if I wasn't deaf before, I am now.
You can't. Oh. You should be able to hear that. Can you hear music?
Yeah, I can hear music.
Oh.
So why? So give me some tech advice. Why do I get the stream at a listenable volume, but I got the tangent alert at about 300 decibels?
Because the tangent alert was turned up more. It's on a completely different thing. All the jingles are on this soundboard here, which was.
All right, I'll buy that. I'll go with that. Oh man.
Yeah, I think I need to put all the jingles that we have through a leveler.
Yeah, weren't you talking the other day online about you'd want to replace your control surface with something else or something? Or...
Yeah, well, mission assisted. So this is quite old now and it's dodgy as fuck. Like certain faders work and certain faders don't.
I hear that.
I'd routed something to a wrong fader and the volume just kept jumping up and down all the way through. And like I pressed it and Mish just got really annoyed with it and he was like, "You have to buy a new one." Okay.
Well, he could have bought you one. Ay.
I mean, yeah, XRP works on broken old stuff.
So does Icebox Studios. I got 32 tracks digital, and like I think about 3 of my input arm buttons don't work anymore. So luckily, I've got 32 tracks. So I can get around it. Yeah, I have both of our recorders. I have myself and Scott's. I have both of those, and each one has different things going wrong with it. But you got to remember, I bought them back in 2014, so they've been around a while. Disaster area. I don't know that reference.
This is a solid rock, a big upshot in production as well for them.
Oh yeah. Oops. Wow, that's loud.
Stalker Killburn here on XRP Radio. I think they might have brought the new Riffiest song to the. I love that.
Yep,
it's good. It's good. I think Killburn would be a good band to see very, very loud.
Oh, you'd have to be. I can't imagine like a Killburn acoustic set. I can't imagine such a thing.
On that note, though, I came up with another problem that happens in music, but not one that we may have thought about. Well, I kind of did think about it, but what is your plan, or has anyone out there ever been in the situation? One of two situations that kind of lead to the same result. One, this might be unique to certain British pubs, but quite often, smaller stages, especially in certain areas, will have a decibel meter, and you go over the decibel meter. There was one in the first pub that I worked at, and as soon as the decibel meter kicked in, the power to the whole pub went off. It was installed by the police, and they said, you're not allowed to go over this. And if they went over it, that's it. And it would take 10 minutes to restart. So annoying.
I've never heard of that.
The other side is playing your set, and the venue sound guy or agent says, no, that's it. That's enough. You're done.
I've had that.
Finish. That's it. See you later.
I've had that one.
So when those situations where that's it, what have people done? I've seen in certain situations where I remember one situation actually where I was we'd organized like the first kind of band concert. It was all rock bands, punk bands, etc. in my school. So I was like between the ages of 13 and 15, 16. It was mainly, there was a couple of little like bands that did one track because they were in school and they've only learnt the one cover of Metallica. Then there was the punk band that I keep going on about, Something for the Weekend, that I was in. And then our friends band were the headliners. They were kind of Blink-182 kind of stuff. So we did our set. It was all fine. And then at the end of it, I might have told this story before. The lead singer wanted to do Family Reunions by Blink-182. And the song is literally, the song goes, piss, shit, funk, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat. And they just repeats that for...
It's a rap song.
Repeats that for 3 minutes straight, and then ends on shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, shit, fart, turd, and twat. I fucked your mom, and that's the end of it. Obviously, as 14, 15-year-olds, our teachers that were the people looking after the gig, our chaperones, as it were not happy.
I would think not. No.
And it almost got to the point where, because that was the last thing that we did. I'm walking off stage because I didn't want to do it. I was like, we're going to get into the shit for this. So I'm already walking off stage. It was basically the lead singer and the guitarist just doing this performance for themselves. Come off stage. Got axed by the teacher straight away, took into an office, and they were trying to shut down the whole gig. And we're like, oh, we didn't even organize this and we've ruined it for the headliner. Oh dear. Luckily that those guys had took the opportunity, knowing all of the teachers were busy chasing my 4-piece band around the school to tell us off. The main, I keep forgetting what they were called. I know the people's names in it, Lee and Will, and I can't remember their drummer. But they took the advantage and they just went on stage anyway. So happy day, whilst everyone was busy. But yeah, has anyone been unplugged mid gig? And what did you do about it? Or is there anyone, like, you've had a 30 minute set, you're on minute 26 and they're trying to get you on stage? Have you just carried on? Has that led to you never being able to play at that place ever again? What situations like that?
One of my numerous bands years ago, before I joined the Express, we played this, had a band called the Twist Tones, and we played this little bar called the Rainbow Bar and Grill. It was a little dinky stage, and we tried to jam all of us guys on there. And our bass player sang a song, And the owner walked up to the stage and said, if that guy sings one more song, you're fired. So we just turned around and started tearing down our gear and said, well, the fuck you, we're done. To be fair, he wasn't the best singer in the world. So yeah, it's okay. We're out. You don't have to pay us. Bye. We give up.
Ooh, take your ball home, Craig.
We did, man. We were very young and immature back then. But yep. If that guy sings one more song, you guys are done.
Was it just because he was a bad singer, or like was it a bad song even?
Nice guy, but not the best vocalist in the world.
Right.
I haven't seen him in years, but he just got done doing some Frank Sinatra song or some damn thing too. It was a strange choice of material.
Yeah, I've seen, unfortunately, and I think that realistically, most small places doing things like open mic nights would be a little bit more accepting. But also they should probably vet the people that are coming on, because I've seen people being cut off mid-song and it's like, why are you even on stage? You are bad. People going out for their smoke breaks, way back when you could smoke in pubs, going out for their smoke breaks after the first five seconds of someone singing or playing guitar because it's that bad, and they're like, you need to go so we can get people at the bar buying drinks, please.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, he did also cost us a gig at a different venue where he was chatting with the bar owner one night. This is a whole different place. And he says, guy asks, how often do you guys practice? And he goes, we don't practice. And he fired us because he said, I don't want a band in my place that never rehearses. You're done. So, yeah, this guy didn't really do the best for us business-wise, But sometimes you can be a bit too honest. Yeah, exactly. So there's that. But that's the stories I've got about that type of thing. So
yeah.
Anyway,
have you ever had, like, other than that, like a band member just be, drunk band member on stage, band member that's in a bad mood?
Oh, that was me. No, I'm kidding. No, now for Express, right? That was very professional, no drinking. You do the gig after it. After, if you want to, go ahead. But on stage, doing the show, no way. The other bands I was in, they're not much of a problem with that type of thing. People had a few on stage, but not where they couldn't operate their instruments or anything. So I never really experienced that myself, I guess.
Once I was this is going back to my college days again. I was the drunk guy that turned up. And unfortunately, it was for a college performance, and I was underage drinking at the time. My dad made it worse because I've walked into the bar. He was waiting because my family had come to the gig. Walked in the bar and he's gone, "Do you want a beer?" I'm like, "Aye, mate, go on then." So I've come in after an afternoon at the local Weatherspoons into this venue, slightly stumbly, and no one's actually seen me yet. I could have probably, it wouldn't have looked too bad, but then my dad's put a beer in my hand, so I walked in, "Hey, it's time for a gig.
Let's party!"
Yeah, my lecturers were not happy with me. They almost pulled me off stage, and I was like, "Watch, I'm going to pull a blinding performance, and you're going to call me a very lucky person afterwards." And they're like, "We don't."
So were you great?
This. Oh, fantastic, absolutely fucking fantastic. The only thing that went wrong, and I stalled it out, was I was playing violin at the time, and the violin string broke, and at that time I couldn't afford a whole extra violin. Let alone the ridiculously expensive strings. And I only played it for the one track, so it was one of those, there's no point in us stopping this and me re-stringing. So I just danced on stage like a leprechaun instead and let the lead guitarist play the violin riff because I knew he knew to do it.
You did that wrong. If you were going to do it rock and roll, you should have smashed your violin.
I couldn't afford the backup violin. I definitely couldn't afford to smash the one that I did.
Come on. Smash your violin, Pete.
Even though, ironically, years later, I had all my violins because I had an electric, an acoustic, and a viola as well, and I had them lined up, kind of hanging off a mantelpiece in my old house.
Yeah,
and it looked really nice. And then one day, I just walked downstairs, and the electric one was just in pieces, absolutely obliterated. It was a big shiny pink S of all things, and the S had snapped in half in the middle. The fingerboard had snapped off. The bridge was in pieces. It was just an absolute mess. And it's so it did get smashed in the end, I guess. Maybe it knew you wanted it or something, but it wasn't in a rock and roll way. It was in I think the cat probably tried to bat it off or something. Like,
yeah, I've never smashed guitars on stage. I didn't have the budget for that type of thing. You know, it would just kill me to have to break one of my guitars. Like, no way.
Now there's a band, grunge band, very like their lead singer almost looks spitting image of Kurt Cobain. To be fair, Third Angle Projection. They're called, and they buy cheapo because they're a grunge band, so I guess they can get away with shoddy, dirty, horrible sounds anyway. But they buy like cheap ass, like they'll run everything through a cheap ass little Marshall combi, and then put that to the desk or whatever. But yeah, at the end of the gig, they bought cheap stuff from like charity shops and whatever, just so they can
smash all
their
shit.
Buy like a £15 electric guitar just so they can smash it in half at the end of the gig, and that. Yeah.
Oh well, it's all about the show, right?
It's. I mean, they smashed up the stage. They played the XR Palooza all that time ago, the festival. They were the late night headline, because we realized that where we were, most people were going to leave like 10:30, 11 to catch the bus and whatever. But we had the venue till late, so we had the headline and then we had an after headline.
Yeah,
and they were the after headline.
You see this in the chat box where DUI is talking about the best gigs are when there's a hot ground you plug into.
Oh,
you guys ever done that one where you have your hand on your guitar strings and you grab the mic at the same time?
You ever done it when it's the microphone?
Oh, that's
just the microphone. Just
all you see this little flash in front of your face, and it's kind of like, God, what was that? And I know all about that, Dewey.
If you get a good one, your lips going numb.
Yeah, that sucks, boy.
Oh, halfway through the show, should we have the halfway through the show tune?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's our first bit of funk of the evening, and it's the one that everyone's been very much loving. A bit of a disco-y feel to this.
Cool.
It's too cool. Alec La Roche. Just going to quickly go to the toilet.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Just going to go toilet quick.
Go for it.
I slide through the room like a bag for the floor. Every step got its own encore. People toxic, that just my something up. Shine, don't need no chore. I ain't rich, but way go got service. I ain't even told when the beat drop. Cause I'm full, man, I grew like time. Got so don't need no crown, don't need no chain. I got thunder running through my veins. Every man says, who is that? You can't make it to like that. I'm just too cool to rush. Got diamonds sliding in the hush. I move like rhythms, got a crush. Yeah, I'm too cool to rush. Too smooth, black, even my flaws got touch. World spins, but I don't fly. Cause I'm too cool to rush. So here's where I decide. I don't chase, I let it ride. People ask what's your secret vibe. I say, baby, I just got on that side. Never rude, confidence, dripping like honey. You can feel it even in solitude. This group don't need no attitude. Walk like satellite fish. Talk like sugar on wheels. My color's my heart. My joy is my fire. And my joy don't ever expire. I'm too cool to rush. Got that velvet kind of hush. Can't teach this kind of touch. I'm too cool to rush. Too cool to rush. Even my dreams show up in blood. If you think you might just blush. Cause I'm too cool. Yeah, too cool to rush. Who got the lights and that's my little baby all the while. Who got a room and two stars, little baby.
Oh, is everyone a little bit more upbeat now with a little bit of disco funk?
Woohoo!
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. That's a weird gig that almost, did get cancelled, kind of, because of lights again. What Boomsmack said, lights on drummer at the old Masquerade were like 2 feet from my head, burned him up.
Yeah.
I made a mistake and I didn't realize this, and I feel very sorry for Donkey. So Donkey were our wedding band. And they played, and I set up all the lights. Now, I had borrowed a lighting rig off a friend of a friend who works in a church that had a big lighting rig, basically. So I borrowed it. I know how to set up lighting rigs. I'd never used this specific one, and it was an LED rig. So I was thinking, okay, that makes it easier. LEDs, they're not so hot. And it's quite a low roof place, so I had them quite low.
Yeah.
And they played the whole set and they were perfectly fine. They said they needed a little break, and I didn't realize why. And then they went back on and they played a few more tracks, and it was wonderful. Really enjoyed it. And then a few people went, "Why don't you play a few tracks, Tiz?" I'm like, fuck it, yeah, go on then. Can I borrow your guitar, Anthony from Donkey? He said, yeah, no problems. And then I sat on the chair and it was fucking boiling, like instant sweats. I had no idea it was insanely hot. I played 2 tunes halfway through, then realized there was kids in the audience and realized that I couldn't say some of the words that I was about to sing.
I suppose not.
And then I played 2 other tracks all the way through, and then I played half a track, and then I went, I can't carry on. I can't keep playing. I have to leave now. It is too hot. And then I got off and I was like, why didn't you say anything? I could have raised the lights or something. And I'm like, we didn't even know. Because the lights were so low, they couldn't even see us.
Well, you would think LEDs wouldn't get hot, right? I mean, just like the old incandescents we used to have on stage,
but boiling.
Kind of like the Booms' point here. We played a local casino gig, and our poor drummer Ron was on the back lane. They had the back line. They had those big Par 64 floods behind him coming down at him. Then to make it worse, they had a drum cage in front of him too. So he's encased in plastic, right? Plus being baked from the back end. Like, oh man, that poor guy. He came off. He was just drenched, man, on break. It was bad.
Weird funny. Going back to school a lot these days, but we used to do a lot of theater style performance, Sound of Music and Bugsy Malone and that kind of stuff. And we had to organize the scenes so the leads were on and off stage. Ideally, I think they had a max of 4 minutes because the school had bought these 2 spotlights that were for like stadiums, and they put them back on a like 300 person max cap school hall, like at the back of the bleachers, right at the back. And there was 2 problems. One, they did a cross spot, and because fucking massive, so whoever they were on, they would sweat. Yeah. But we actually had to wear these welder's gloves that went up to our shoulders, because if they were on for more than 3 minutes, they would, like, you could feel the heat through welder's gloves. They were that fucking hot. And we were on, imagine the last row of the bleachers, right? They've put the spot stand like in between where you'd put your feet. So you're actually like crammed up the back behind this spot on like this.
Wow.
The amount of kids that got burnt faces from the handles. Because you've got about a 90-degree move at better, probably more like 45-degree of movement on there. Absolutely ridiculous. Thank you so much, Carrie, for joining us and listening to
I'm just typing that. Yeah, thanks so much for being here, man.
Being part of the chat as well.
Yes, for sure. All right, cool.
Yeah, if has anyone had to get out from under the spots? Has anyone been
Oops.
mid gig and being like, I can't stay standing here anymore? It only happened to me at that wedding, to be fair. My wedding.
Yeah, no, I've never had that problem. I mean, I was one of those people. I mean, I just sweat like a pig anyway, so I'd come off drenched,
I did have one gig. It was a Max Rock gig, actually, and I did have to come off stage. Well, no, we did the whole gig. I left stage the fastest, and I was very happy to have finished the set because the only way that I can pull it is the band that was on before stank. Stank.
Really?
So bad. Like I got on that stage and it stank of BO and P. It stank.
Wow.
So bad. And like I thought it was just like, okay, this is a bit of a dive bar. Okay, the stage stinks.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't until I got off stage and that band came up to me and went, "Oh, really good set." And I was like, "Oh, good."
Oh, that's what that is.
Oh,
my
wow.
God. Yeah, I played some dive bars in my time where the drummer would hit the bass drum on a sound check and mice would run out from under the stage. Now that's a dive gig. It's like, yeah, baby.
I mean, I've had like rats running over my feet when you're like out down the back alley smoking or whatever.
Yeah.
Never in the venue.
In the venue, under the stage. Yep. That was a trip.
I had one place that was kind of, it wasn't very, like they had a gig on there like once every 2 months or something. It wasn't very used. And I hit my first bass note and dust fell from the ceiling. like not just a little bit, like enough to dust off yourself.
Nice.
Which was a bit rank. And I remember our vocalist at the time, Sean, he was coughing all the way through that gig, way through it. But what I do remember was it was quite a nice snow effect through the gig.
Oh yeah, nice. If you were doing like
Christmas, quite nice.
If you were doing Christmas songs, it'd be perfect. I mean, you remember those gigs like they had like the big heavy velvet curtains behind the stage? You ever played any of those?
Yeah.
And those curtains had been there for like 50 years.
Oh yeah,
never vacuumed or dusted or anything.
Don't touch them.
Yeah, don't you dare touch anything. Oh my God. Yeah, I remember those, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, records talking about LED light. I mean, that's a relatively new thing. I mean, LEDs theoretically run cooler, right? I mean, they're supposed to.
They are cooler when you still need to raise them up quite high though.
Yeah, you got to jack them up.
LED in itself and LED not so hot. 200 LEDs in one lamp in series. Yeah, actually quite hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of. There you go. That's on Booms right there. We played a club that was all velvet red, like that crushed velvet backdrop. I know exactly what it's like. The Blues Brothers. Yeah, I know what he's talking about. I've played those rooms. Yeah, send me a pic. Yeah.
He's done a gig standing on the stage stairs because it was too hot. I've seen guitarists, especially with these. I saw a great video actually the other day thinking about it. But the first part, guitarists going outside because they've got the wireless pack on. So they're going to walk out and go play outside to people and try and get them in. That's always quite cool. But I saw this video the other day and two bands, I think it was in America or Canada, were playing like venues like 30 seconds away from each other. And they stopped the song and all of a sudden the drummer's gone up and ran out and they switched drummers.
Oh, really?
So if the song's finished, the drummers got up, ran out. Obviously, the bands knew each other, and it was pre-planned. But like the bands on stage are like, "What the fuck's going on? Where's what? We need the drummer," and they're looking like proper panic because the drummers are both just like literally no word, just got up, legged it out. They've both switched, played the track with each other. That's really cool.
It's so funny, man. You're talking about wireless, right? Now, when I started out, wireless was relatively new. And I remember one time playing a gig at a hotel kind of close to the airport. And we first got wireless back in the day. It was VHF band wireless, right? So like it shared, like you'd get like announcements from like the control tower would come through your amplifiers, or police calls would come through your amps. You know, it was cool, but
I remember very, very distinctly one of my friends' bands, they middle of their set, and they were doing quite a light kind of folky set, and in the middle of the set, all I heard was and we look up and the fucking sound tech's behind the desk on the phone.
Oh, great.
I don't justify this kind of action. However, the scene itself that then proceeded was astonishing. You see these like videos of kids that have like lost their shit in class, and all of a sudden they stand up and they kind of run along the backs of the chairs.
Yep.
You know what I mean? To go and like hit someone. The bassist did just that. He's got up and he literally ran on the people's shoulders, jumped off the last one. It was the most superhero, supervillain shit that I've ever seen. Jumped off the last one, launched himself, and Superman punched the sound
guy.
Yeah,
I love it.
It was one of the most exciting yet worrying, because obviously soon band's banned from the pub straight away. You know, that's it.
Oh,
see you later. Bye. But like,
yeah. Did I just lose you? Okay, guys, Tizz has disappeared. There he is. You were gone.
Yeah, my phone keeps wanting to use my phone camera for some reason.
Oh, that's bizarre. No, you know what sucked though, you know, when they switched over from VHF bands to UHF bands, of course, all the wireless systems became instantly obsolete, right? So all the kit that you spent good money on all of a sudden instantly was not usable. So that kind of stunk. You know.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Oh well. It is what it is, I guess.
This is a good one for a small stage. Wrecker said played a gig in a wee hotel in Crieff that was so tight the bass player had to move every time anyone went to the female loose.
That's a small stage, boy.
That's something.
Wow.
I had a weird one. It was only a little pub. They were doing. I wasn't playing. They were doing like a little band in the main room. But it was one of these bars that got a bar and a lounge. The bar went through the middle. They put the band at the end of the bar, but the way between the bar and the lounge was behind the band, and they didn't lock the door. So you'd be playing mid-set, and like 4 random people are suddenly on stage with you.
Like, just 4. Let's make friends.
Yeah, it is just like some people that have come in through the bar entrance, walked through to see people in the lounge, not expecting there to be a band right in front of the door.
Yeah. Well, that's funny.
Oh, there's a gig on.
I remember, no, I didn't play this gig, but my good friends, Barry and Ron from the Express, before the Express band, they were in different bands and whatnot. And they played a bar where they didn't have a stage. They put sheets of plywood on tops of the pool tables. That's where they put the musicians.
That's quite high up.
It's very high up, yes. But I remember them talking about that place called the Gopher Bar. So, yep.
There's a good one. Stage at Eddie's number 8. Always remember this. It was quite a high stage for that. So they put your typical kind of bar stuff that they have at the front of the stage, stop people falling off.
Right.
And I remember I'd gone to see, it was Rick's band, what they're called, kind of hair metal band, kind of Guns N' Roses ish. And I've gone there, and I was just doing like marketing for trying to get more people to the gig, basically, bit of promotion. So I've gone in with Rich, and the venue owner came up to us and went, right, don't worry, we know we had a few people falling off stage. We've put these up, so it's not a problem anymore. Lean over to the fans, no problems. Within the first 5 minutes, Rich has leaned over and the whole thing just came off. Great. He's got his hand under the thing, so he's like snapped one of his fingers and fractured the other 2 because it's between the bar and the floor.
Oh my god! Yeah, not
remember him getting off. He played the rest of his set. Fair play to him, and he got off stage, and he's like, "Mate, I'd have been in less pain if those weren't there."
God,
all this effort to reduce injury, and he's made it way worse. DUI says he was reminded of a sketchy strip joint he was dragged to that the girls came out of the public bathroom to the stage.
Got to have a dressing room. Oh, there's a question for all you gigging musicians. How many bathrooms have you changed any of your stage gear in? Wasn't too often you got a dressing room. That was pretty few and far between. We had dressing rooms in the casino gigs to give us like a nice, like a green room. But how many guys' bathrooms did I change into my stage gear in a stall someplace? You know, years of that.
Early days, it was just turn up in your gear. Because you didn't really you weren't thinking that you had to spend the rest of the night in that same gear.
Yeah. Well, I used to work an 8-hour shift. I had my guitars with me at work plus my stage clothes. Go to the gig, change there in the bathroom, then hit the stage after working 8 hours. You know, so that was a lot of fun. But that's what you did.
I had a pain for you. It doesn't fit me anymore, but I got like a Sergeant Pepper's like dress army jacket.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Obviously thick wool, like it was a proper, it wasn't just a stage, it was a proper army dress jacket.
Wow.
And I thought I was the coolest pig in the shit every time I wore it. And the first few gigs that we did were again at my school, so it was quite a big hall, no over excessive lights, and 9 times out of 10 people were sitting down, so we didn't get overheated there. And then I remember the first gig I went there, Max Rock gig again. Gone there in the jacket thinking I was the coolest shit in the turd, and we were the last on, and I looked like a state by the time I got on stage, just pissing with sweat.
I get that.
Yeah. Bad choices.
Next time we have show and tell, I should show you guys. I still have this shirt. Connie made it for me back in the day. It looks like gold lame, like shiny gold material, but it's polyurethane or something, so it's literally plastic. So it did not breathe. So when you wore the thing on stage, it was like being like a baked potato because it held all the heat into me and just ruined me. I still have it. I'll bring it down next time we have the show next week or something. But it's incredible, man.
I remember a good one, Cox's Yard. It's a great venue, and we'd gone there initially, and they've gone, "Oh, this is your backstage room." And we looked at it, a few sinks, little table, some sofas around the edge. We're thinking, "Oh, this is quite nice for a change." Happy days. It was another college gig as well, so it was like a 6-band night. Obviously, when we actually got to the dressing room on the night, it was wall-to-wall amps, guitars, drum kits. Like you couldn't get in there. Like, where were we meant to go? And it was like stacked parking for gear. So first everyone's dropping stuff in, and then all of a sudden we realized like we've got to reorganize this shit. So the stuff at the back is the last band on, and everything in front of it. Otherwise, we're absolutely screwed. I remember a couple of the guitarists end up using someone else's guitar because their guitar couldn't be got from behind someone else's drum kit.
Wow. Well, here's a question. I don't know if this is really like a catastrophe or a bad thing, but you ever went to your gig and there's nowhere to park? We've played gigs where we had to walk like 2 blocks because you couldn't get in your own damn gig because there was cars every place. I'm like shit.
I organized a gig for other people. So it was a group called Catalyst Culture, and it was a church-led thing, actually. It was like church creative funding kind of thing. And there was a big gig, open air, outside Birmingham Central Cathedral. And it was all advertised really well. It was kind of like half open mic night, half proper gig. It started early on in the day. Anyone could come up and use the stage. Brilliant stuff. Apart from the majority of the center of Birmingham is a pedestrianized zone.
Oh no!
A Cur played. I don't know if you remember a Cur.
I do kind
of heaviest rock band, female-led rock band.
Right. Yep.
I'd booked them, not even thinking. On the day, they phoned me going, "So how do we get the car in?" And we were like, "No, you've just got to park up somewhere and come here." I hadn't really thought about this. It was early booking for me. I was probably like 18 years old. I wasn't really booking a lot, and I'd done it as a favor for someone, hoping that someone would sort out the logistics. They phoned me up, and we were like, "We're about a mile away. Is the closest car park we could get to?" And I'm like, "Right." And he's like, "But we've got like 4 Marshall stacks and a drum kit.
Oh no! Wow.
But I ran around to Craig, the organizer, and I was like, you must have links in the council around here. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, we need a rollable flatbed, you know, like the just push carts. The flatbed.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need you to get me one somehow, because I've got a band a mile that way, a band a mile that way, and they've all got cabs.
Yeah.
They've all got cabs in their own drum kits. And he's like, why? And he's like, you wanted me to book 2 decent bands? It was a car, and Only the Good was the other one as well. Yeah.
Wow.
And they'd all come with a full fucking line. And, oh, Jesus.
A full backline. We were pretty lucky when we played the clubs a lot, because we were pretty much a club band, you know, Express. And we were able to, like, for a Friday or Saturday night gig, we were able to get in there like on a Thursday night and set up, which was cool. So all you had to do was walk in with your guitar, you know, on the night of the gig. But yeah, those nights where you had to set up and then play the same night, then tear down the one-nighters, man, that was a lot of work.
Aye.
I mean, we had full PA and lights too. It isn't like nowadays you guys have, you know, production in the clubs. We carried our own production too, so that was a lot of work.
So it's a good way to do. DUI is just gone. I've done gigs where I took public transit. Reminds me of one of the horrible points of my life. So Lewis Drayton, of all people, there was a festival, Tosca Wilds Temptation. It was a 3-day festival across 3 places in Manchester. I was again 19, 20, 21, somewhere around there. And I'm epileptic, so I can't drive.
Right.
I was the sound engineer for a 3-day festival at multiple places. I was walking round Salford, catching buses with a 24-track mixing desk, a full mic rig. I didn't have, luckily everywhere had PAs, their own PAs, my full effects rig, my full compression unit, 2 computer monitors, and I was carrying it in like IKEA, you know, those big IKEA bags?
Yeah, those big blue ones.
I was carrying 4 of those with a computer monitor under each arm, walking around like this through the dodgiest parts of Salford, like with 50+ grand's worth of sound engineer gear on my back.
Now that right there, my friend, is some dedication.
That was I would never do that again. Never, ever do
no
that
kidding.
Again. I was scared multiple times walking through dodgy areas in the pitch black.
Oh yeah, I'll bet, man.
Dodgy people following me.
Yep.
Fuck. Constantly on the phone. Like, all right, I'm at 20 minutes away. If I'm not there in 20 minutes, I'm probably dead. With a scary looking man that keeps looking at my bags.
Problem
is, with that much stuff, you stop in, like, what on maps would have been like a 30-minute walk ended up being 2 hours because I just got to stop every.
You had to stop and set it down. Yeah.
And that it's things like that. If you ever look at me properly, you realize that I have one normal shoulder and one that slopes a lot. And this is a shoulder that always carried my bass, my monitors, my speakers. Because I hate, but big problem, I hate backpacks, so I wear everything slung. One size slung.
Slung around you, yeah.
So yeah, and that is my early life, because being an epileptic sound engineer and producer without a car. Everything was carried, everything. I remember when I first got that Washburn Hammerhead, and I was really, really precious about it. So I bought one of those. Still got it, actually, the big hard cases. Taking that every day with that, my violin, my viola, and my recording setup, my little Mac setup, every day from Birmingham to Stratford-upon-Avon to college.
Oh man. Well, here's one here. DUI is talking about. He had a show where he was in a dance club with 3 flights of stairs on a 45-degree slope. I was lucky. I didn't get a lot of steps. We had one gig though with 3 flights of stairs just like that, and hauling full gear up that. Oh man, you know, that's back when we had sure Vocal Master PAs back in those days, hauling that stuff up. But
I arrived at a gig due to a similar but the exact reverse situation. The gig was 2 flights of stairs downstairs in the cellar.
Okay.
And we turned up to an absolute scene, a band absolutely screaming their heads off at bar staff, and we're like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
The bands have turned up with their gear, and the bar staff have gone, we'll help you out there. We'll get that downstairs, because, you know, 2 flights of stairs down the cellar, it's a bit awkward. We'll help you out there. And the band's like, oh, right then, brilliant. It's like, oh, go in, grab yourselves a beer on us, and come back out, and we'll start it going. And I'm like, sound. The fucking bar staff dropped the cabs down the cellar chute for the beer kegs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. Two of the 4-speaker 15-inch Marshall cabs in pieces at the bottom of a cellar drop.
I kind of got a story. It's not like that, but okay, I'll have to set this up and not take too much time. You guys, you know, like a lot about my history and whatnot, but when I was a little kid, right, my dad was a member of this thing called the St. Paul Clown Club for like years. And my dad was a clown. They entertained like at hospitals and nursing homes and stuff like that. And I had a little band. I was like 16. There was like 3 of us. And I'll never forget, we had this big touring bus, right? And we went to a local hospital down south. So I'm on a bus with a bunch of clowns, and they all have flasks of whiskey and shit. And they're just getting plastered, you know, and they're getting ready to go to this gig. Anyway, one of the I'll never forget this. We get to the gig, and the clown guys are unloading the gear out of the bottom of this bus. And I see this clown taking our drummer's bass drum and just spinning it down the sidewalk like a wheel. You know, it's just hammering the shit out of it. You know, he's like, oh, that was nightmarish.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's nothing to do with anything.
I've seen a good few things like that, or like the typical one that everyone gets. The sound tech is 13 years old and he's the bar owner's son, and you go up to it used to be a pet's peeve of our drummers, actually. That was Sean again, and we'd go up and he'd sit down at his drums. He'd be like, what the fuck? And he'd put his cup of tea on the snare. Like left his cup of tea on the snare, or someone's left their beer on top of your cab or something.
Oh yeah.
Or I had one I've gone. I never knew who it did it, and to this day, if I find out, I will cause problems from them. I've walked into a back room now, and my bass was like they had a guitar rack.
Yeah,
and someone had taken my bass off the guitar rack, put theirs there. I couldn't remember where my bass was, so I couldn't have a go at the person. And then they hung my bass from the strings off a hook. They put all the strings together and hung it on a hook, like just a little coat hook kind of thing.
Yeah,
and I walked in and they just saw my bass and I was like, well, that's attitude.
Yeah, no shit. God.
So
and of course I'm sure all you guys know the same rule too about no beer by the sound desk. No beer by the mixing board. Your sound tech will kill you if you do that. That's like rule number 1.
There was the Actress and Bishop that I used to tech quite often. The sound rig at the back was just a little booth, and they had kind of just at to chest level, like perspex screen around it. And the biggest problem was always people leaning over with their beer in, like they're leaning over. Like, you're right, mate. And I'm seeing the beer going, and I'm like,
right in the faders, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I was moderately polite to people, and I was like, just grab your drink over the back. I know Daz, he was the house sound tech, would slap it out their hands like the opposite direction. Just like,
yep.
Yeah. Many an argument. You've got to buy me a new drink. No.
Yeah. Wrecker is answering your question here, Tiz, about helping tear down. He's the social guy that goes out and talks to the patrons. You have to have a guy that does that.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, the guitar player doesn't want to do that. He just wants to pack up his shit and go home.
Yeah. No, it's important, and it usually ends up leading to the lead guitarist / backing singer and lead singer to do that, because it's a weird thing. But if you're on set, like you've sung to them, that you have given them your voice already, so that you're the approachable one. You know, it's not just because I'll stand by this. It's not just because you're the lead singer and you're a frontman of the band, but it's because. In a weird way, you've already opened that dialogue with people, so you're more approachable.
Well, yeah, they think they know you.
Yeah,
you know,
I guess especially if you have songs that connect, or emotional songs, or songs that have reference to people. You know, you've given a little bit of your soul to people, so they find it easier for you to approach you. But I've seen it where like the lead singer is like just busying away, being a lead singer, doing whatever they do, and people will approach the whoever the bassist if they're backing singer, or guitarist if they're backing singer, or whatever. So yeah, I stand by the fact that it's not just good. Quite often he's like, lead singer's most popular because it's the face of the band, isn't it? And I
don't buy that.
I don't believe that. Maybe from your mainstream consumer point of view, but
now if Alan was dressing up as Dr. Frankenfurter here from Rocky Horror, like he says he was, now that would give him a little bit more attention, I suppose. You know. How did you look in those stockings, though, Wrecker? That's the question. You know, did you pull those out? Did you shave your legs first, dude? That would be the very important thing.
No, he was very much a Frankenstein.
Oh, he wasn't Frankenfurter?
No, he had like.
Did I read that text wrong?
7 years extra forehead.
Oh, not Frankenfurter, Frankenstein. My bad. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Anyway,
it happens. Might have been auto correct.
Or just me not being able to read.
Oh, Craig's finished his drink, so we're going to have to start speeding up now, I guess.
I'm out. I'm on water now. This is not a good thing, guys.
Oh, it's terrible. Terrible.
I know. Horrible.
Amazing no shaving. There's a song in that.
Amazing no shaving? That should be a song. I'm not writing it. Where's DUI? It's all yours, buddy. It's all yours, buddy. That's you. Amazing no shaving.
We'll get another track up, and then I guess we'll slowly start wrapping up. We've got 3 tracks.
Yeah, we got to go home at some point here.
I thought we'd give a little bit more fun.
Frankenfurter. See, Tizz, I was right. He was being Rocky Horror.
But Frankenfurter's not the shave your legs one.
Yes, he is.
Is he?
You haven't seen Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yes.
Come on. Well, that's Frankenfurter. Tim Curry. See?
Oh, I just kept seeing him as an actual
Frankenstein.
Yeah,
no.
There's actual pictures of him on the internet as Frankenstein.
Now, I've never seen Wrecker's legs, so I imagined he had the legs to pull this off.
Oh, I'm confused in my head.
Let's
play some music.
Play some music, man.
The second and last piece of funk for the evening, just an old classic, Standing on Business, Curtis Millen.
God, this is funky.
Yeah.
Oh, great horns. Can you imagine if we could post pictures in the chat box? That would be so dangerous.
The new one that I'm working on does GIFs and photos and attachments, I think, even.
That would be the end of the end of everything, man. Can you imagine the pictures people would put up?
In theory, if I can get it right, people will have the ability to upload a track in the chat box and it go over to the database, so people can like literally turn up to the show and go, "I've got this track." Boom, go straight.
That would be incredible.
That's potentially the plan.
It'd be great.
I just need some time to get my brain into it.
Yeah, I know. There's never enough time for anything.
These family and children take up time.
I raised 2 of them, dude. I know what you're talking about.
I know he's got friends, so they come over.
Well, that's good. He has friends.
You know what shocks me though? Like these kids literally talk to each other like they hate each other. Like kids of his generation.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
like,
That's how you put.
Like I'll pick them up from the school or whatever, and like I'll sit there. They're playing Rocket League together, and all they can sit there doing is "You're shit at this." Oh, you're not good. You're terrible. What was that? That was terrible. I'm like, woo!
I think my son said Friday is the anniversary of Pokemon or something.
How
you know about that? I don't even know how many years, but I know Friday is Pokemon Day.
I'm going to search for this and feel old.
Because they're releasing, what did you say? They're releasing a red and green or something on the Switch on Friday?
30.
Red and blue. Yeah, that's it. 30th, yeah.
Pokemon came out when I was 6. No
yeah.
Way. I thought it was like 10.
I guess there's some big thing going on with Pokemon Go too. I don't do Pokemon, so it's not part of my thing. But
the kid loves Pokemon.
I know he does.
I quite enjoy the games, to be fair. I used to love the shows, but I can't go back to them now. This might be good for geek time. You're listening to XRP Radio, Standing on Business, Curtis Millen. I love that.
Yep, great track.
Good bit of fun. What were we just talking about then? I forgot already.
Oh, well, you and I are off the feed. We were talking about Pokemon, but that's a whole different conversation.
Well, I guess it goes into geek time. 30th anniversary of Pokemon. That made me feel very old when I just found that.
On Friday, yeah, 30 years of Pokemon. It's so funny. I was talking to my son the other day, and he's talking about how many generations of Pokemon there are now. And I'm like, okay, when I started, it was, what was the original? 128 or something?
150, and then you got Mewtwo, so 151.
Yeah, that's what I know. So since then, they've had like the new generation and blah, 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 blah. And I can't even keep track of it anymore. But
the first, I was definitely dying for the original 150. I played Pokemon Red and Blue on the Game Boy. I watched the shows. I was just about to say this to Craig. I used to love the Pokemon shows. Can't watch them back. Pokemon, I used to watch. Digimon, I used to watch as well. All of those kind of shows, I can't watch now because I can't deal with the voices. It's too angry. Let's all go there. I just can't deal with those kids anime shows now. Like you go back to Robotech, which was meant to be a kids anime show, and they had normal voices for the age they are. But now it's all really squeaky voices. Can't stand it. I find it hard to play the games now. They're doing voiceovers in the games as well. It's
right.
Shut up.
No, my wife taking our kids to the Pokemon movie. Oh, it drove her nuts because all it was Pika Pika. All the 2 hours of that. I was like, oh my god. Make them shut up.
But then the next lot came out, and it was kind of like, oh, cool. Like it's like whenever you get a new evolution or a new sword in a game, it's like, oh, this is the next bit a little bit more. And after that, I kind of detune. I'll play the games, but I detune myself because it's like now that there's an ice cream Pokemon, there's a Pokemon that is just a set of keys.
Yeah.
There's a Pokemon that's a lamppost. There's a Pokemon that isn't a Pokemon until its spirit takes over, but it can take the Rotom and it can take over your phone. So your smartphone is now a Pokemon. Like it just got too. I mean, I know it's fantasy and all that, but like it started feeling like they were struggling for ideas, and the focus wasn't on the storyline. It was on what new evolution can we do? Or
you're right, yeah. Because I was asking my kid, I go, well, okay, I remember like grass type, fire type, water type, electric. He says, oh, now they have fairy type and
dragon.
Yeah, dragon type now and everything. I wouldn't even know how to play it anymore.
I mean, I'm two ways because, like, I remember early Final Fantasies basically being like Blizzard, Fire.
Yeah, it was all elemental
arrow and lightning, and then later down the line you got light and dark or holy, and
you had the black mage and the white mage and all that stuff. Yeah,
So it did. So I can see that, but yeah, I find a lot of those programs. That's why Digimon went too far, even more far from Pokemon, and it was always about the cool new evolution.
Right.
Or the cool new, you got these mega evolutions now and XY evolutions and terrestrializing and all this crazy stuff. And it's like, well, I can't.
Yeah, I never was a Digimon guy. I never got into any of that stuff. But
the main reason why I got into Digimon was because they did this thing that Pokemon did. It was like a little Tamagotchi, but it worked by how much you walked and stuff. So you'd have it on your belt.
Oh, yeah.
And what I liked about it was like Pokemon Go, like the earliest edition of Pokemon Go. It wasn't GPS or anything, but you'd walk, and then it'll count like at 256 steps on Wednesday, you'll get into a battle, and your little thing will go blip 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 blip, and you'd have a little battle on your thing, and it's like, just you're walking around, and it was kind of as close to VR gaming as you could get at that time. But there wasn't one for Pokemon, and I loved this thing. It was brilliant. So I got that first, and then I got into Digimon.
Okay.
But yeah, I can't deal with forced. It's so forced now. Like they're recycling scripts just with new characters, stuff that happened to Ash with new characters.
Yeah,
and then the focus is quite obviously on the. I mean, it's what Power Rangers ended up being really. How can we sell the new trading card, the new Pokemon toy, the new evolution?
Oh, sure.
Game? And it's way more showing off cool stuff rather than a quality program that you can sit down and enjoy.
Correct.
And I'll stand by the original Pokemon was something you could sit down and enjoy.
Okay, for 25 points, who's your favorite Pokemon?
Cubone.
Cubone?
Yeah,
I'm a Psyduck guy.
Psyduck is cool. I'll give you Psyduck. The reason why I originally liked Cubone is that originally it came across like there was only one of him. And the whole story was like it was a Charmander whose mom died, and he crawled inside the school when he was young, and then he got stuck on his head, and that's what. And there was this whole story about him, and then again, everyone liked Marowak because Cubone because of this story, and evolved into Marowak, and all of a sudden, there's Cubones on every fucking path in
Cubone, bone. Yeah, yep.
I mean, there should only be one Cubone.
Yeah, there can only be one. It's like Highlander. There can only be one. And
originally it was the only Pokemon that had like a thing, like he had that bone that he hit people with.
It was his weapon. Well, Alakazam had spoons.
So. Oh, he did, but he wasn't really his weapon. He just had spoons.
No, he was just always hungry. He was
looking for cereal.
Where's my ice cream sundae?
He always popped up to continue with the nerding. He was a Magic the Gathering guy.
Never played it. My son-in-law Ben, man, he's all about that. He's a huge Magic guy. Now he's into Lorcana now. That's his big thing.
See, I played like a lot of games. I played it with my dad. I did Warhammer with my dad as well, and we played it until we got enough. It got good enough to start arguing about the rules.
That takes all the fun out of it.
Yep, pretty much, and then we start playing it. But I'm almost interested in getting back into Magic the Gathering because they've partnered with Final Fantasy, so there's a whole Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set that is also canon to, well, not a canon, I guess, but it like you can play it with the rest of the Magic the Gathering. It's like you could have your whole other deck, but you could have Cloud Strife in there. It's very cool.
There you go.
The only problem is they've been so cheeky in the way that they've done it. So they're quite expensive anyway. Like a starter kit is about £70.
Right.
For a 2-deck starter kit, which is quite expensive. But then they've done these collector's edition starter kits, which are 3 to 4 times the price. And they've just made every card in it shiny.
Well, okay, I guess I get that. You get what you pay for, right?
I can't. I don't know. Like, can you imagine being in a Magic the Gathering tournament and you're the twat with all the shinies? You know what I mean? Getting a few shinies out of a pack or collecting a lot of shinies is one thing, but being that guy that's like, I just had more money than you, so my cards are shiny.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't think I could do that. As a pure collector's edition, like, I'm going to put these in a ring binder and look at them from occasion, and I like the fact they're shiny, they're special to me. I guess that's one thing, but being that twat that spent £400 extra on exactly the same playability is beyond me. But then again, saying that, I'm the kind of guy that would go and buy an original disc over a platinum disc any day of the week.
Yeah, I could see that. Oh man.
The only reason why I'd buy a white label is if it was the first press white label, not the we've sold enough copies of this that we can sell it cheap now.
Yeah. Great. I get that. Oh man. How do we get down to 5/6? Is it 5/16 on my end? Wow.
It is. We've got 14 minutes left. We'll have a track. We'll say goodbye, and then we'll have a track.
I suppose so.
That's the way it is. We did another time though.
We did, yeah, that's true. We kind of veered a little bit, you know.
Fine.
I have to get Magnus the Melodramatic in here because this is supposed to be his big debut from Icebox Studios.
That was the plan. I thought we'd have a big finale.
Oh, he's the finale?
Oh, you know what? We'll do it the other way around. Fuck it. Okay, we'll do
terrifying.
Introduce it, sir. Forget it.
Okay, if you go through the Icebox Studios lore, Magnus the Melodramatic sent me a demo track, and he said, I should be on your label because I am a great troubadour and a balladeer. And I said, well, what type of music do you do, sir? And he goes, I sing songs about people with tragic, horrible lives so that when you listen to them, your own life will sound that much better and more complete. And I said, we got to sign this guy immediately. So I said, what's your first song about? He goes, it's called Isles of Love. It's about an evil clown dressed in women's clothing who goes through produce departments of grocery stores and fondles the vegetables. I go, this guy needs to be signed up to Icebox Studios.
Why?
So, because the world needs such a thing. Don't you agree?
Why not?
I mean, why? So anyway, this is the debut track from Magnus the Melodramatic on Icebox Studios, a wonderful song called Isles of Love.
Oh my God, Craig. It's
very dramatic. Just set the scene. Clown walking through the grocery store slowly.
In the nook of the market, under buzzing white light, he drifts down the aisles, late into the night. Painted grin crooked, shoes whisper soft, silk dress swaying like a laugh cut off. Tomatoes tremble under gloved hands. Peaches hold bruises that no one understands. He hums to the melons, low and slow. Secrets pressed where the cold fans blow. Clown eyes gleam in the produce glow. What he's testing, you don't want to know. When carts roll back, he's already gone, leaving fingerprints on the dawn.
Oh, epic thump at the end there.
Pretty dramatic, huh?
In all the wrong ways. It's wonderful.
The part about Peaches hold bruises that no one understands. That's great. There you go. You're never going to look at the grocery store the same way.
I'll be honest with you. I'm overstimulated right now because not only have I just listened to that song, but during the same period, Craig, I'm going to bring this straight up for you, Alan.
Please
I'm sorry
do.
I haven't asked for permission to do this, but here's the photo Alan was on about.
Oh, good.
Oh wait, why isn't it showing up? There we go. Why won't you? There we go.
Hold on.
Oh, gone tiny. Here we go.
Can you make that big? Hey, look at that.
Hey, look at that.
Damn. You know, that kind of ties in with that last track we just did. And he does have the legs for it. Alan, you son of a gun, you.
That is something.
Well, you should dress like that all the time on stage, man.
You know, everything's fine. It's the makeup on the face. I'm sorry, but that's horrific. That is the thing of fucking nightmares, Alan. That is. Now,
Tizz, figure him. See this on a motorcycle. Talk about Easy Rider. Shit, man. That is amazing.
That is something. That is something that I was not prepared for.
Yep.
So we'll just leave that there for the rest of the evening.
Yeah. I would.
Is that time? Is that time? I can't take the rest of the show. We have to say goodbye, basically.
Okay, goodbye.
Yeah, see you later.
Yeah, bye.
Damn, I was hoping that was
you
gonna
zoomed up on it.
I'm just zoomed up just on his crotch.
And that's the end of our show.
Why does the zoom in go straight to I have no control over that. It is literally the crotch button.
That's where he wants you to zoom it.
Fuck's sake. I'm so overstimulated. I can't deal with this. It's time for us to say goodbye.
Oh, well, that made my day. If you have any more pictures, Wrecker, feel free to send them in for next week's show, eh?
It's been a pleasure to entertain you all for this evening. I've really enjoyed it. It's been. I mean,
Lord.
that is something.
Oh, it's amazing, man.
No, it's been great. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I will be back same time next week with Craig. I'll also be back on Sunday for Submission Sunday with all the latest tracks. Now our database is actually fixed. Yes, you can upload once again if you've got anything to upload. And we can download it too, which is kind of the important bit.
Yay!
Yes. Don't forget. You've got a nice lineup on a Saturday as well these days. You've got Vuxet, you've got Locked and Loaded, and you've got Hosting Under Insanity. So check those things out as well. However, last track of the evening, reviewed on the latest, well, the band were at least, reviewed in the latest Missed Reviews in 52, which is never done in 52. We've got LIGHTRS. This is a collaboration of Boomsmack, our very own Boomsmack, and Bojitsu Ross Henderson. If I got everything right there. Hopefully I have. Booms is gone, so he can't correct me. Any last words, Craig?
As usual, thank you all so much for being in the chat. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your participation. You were participated, and we shall do this again next Wednesday. Have a wonderful week, y'all.
This is a close-up of Alan's crotch. And this is this moment from LIGHTRS.
Oh, man. It does get better than that, folks.
You know the bad thing, now I've uploaded this. I don't know whether this is a good sentence to say, but I've got Alan's crotch on speed dial.
That could be a song title too.
Anytime I want now.
There it is.
Now for something completely different. Alan's crotch.
You know what you do while ALC is away from her computer? Put that up as her wallpaper on her PC.
I might make it my wallpaper.
Oh man.
Hands are frozen upon the face. There's this God with time and space, locking up the kids in chains. This moment is frozen in time. This time of soul is now mine. This moment is frozen in time. This moment I'm holding.
If I'm getting this right, this LIGHTRS is the first time Booms has been back to actually playing physical, well, digital but physical, hitting things rather than.
Oh, I just thought he always played the drum kit.
No, a lot of his Candy Apple Black stuff is
Just programming.
yeah.
I was gonna say the bass drum sounds really good. At least on my cheap headphones, it sounds really good.
Just as fast as it began. Time is free to march again. I can still pursue my plans.
I feel so sorry. Maybe he's just predisposed to being singled out, but record all play no games, and now we've got his crotch on speed dial. Like, Alan, I'm really sorry you're getting singled out here, but
that last thing you just put in the chat box, don't you think Speed Crotch is like the best name for a band? I would definitely, I would be in that band.
Next one in the nook.
Speed Crotch.
And I think it should be just 30-second long songs that end in a word. So it should be like apple.
Yeah, really.
Absolute 30 seconds of absolute thrash.
That would be it.
Just followed by continuing.
Yes.
And the songs will be named after that last word, but all on the wrong songs.
God, that's genius. It's too bad I'm not doing fake bands right now, where I do Speed Crotch, but that's what Nook was all those new fake bands.
That's not a sentence we need in life. I'd do Speed Crotch.
I'd be doing that Speed Crotch.
Sounds like one of those real dodgy drugs, like when kids sniff lighter fluid and shit.
Yeah, it does.
For all those watching, see you later. I wasn't ready for that one. It's fine.
Oh, I almost stole ALC's tagline. I can't do that.
Oh.
To the grave.